welcome to my channel if you're new, welcome back if you're not. Today we are going to be continuing with my collection series, and we're going to be going over my Johana Basford books. I don't have too many completed pages, unfortunately, so not only are we going to be looking at my completed pages in these books, but we're also going to be ranking them. So let's go ahead and get started. So coming in at number 7 is Magical Jungle. I actually have 2 copies of these because my dog got a hold of this one, so it's a little worse for wear. And also, this was the very first coloring book I ever got, so my coloring has changed quite a bit. And not that I'm the best colorist now, but yeah, I just wanted to redo some of the pages that I've already done in here. I do have a few completed pages. Now, you may be wondering why this is ranked at number 7. This is a page I started back in 2016, and as you can see, it's not very good, but, you know, you had to start somewhere. Anyways, this has a lot of leaves, as you can imagine, because it's a jungle-themed coloring book. But I'm not the biggest fan of coloring leaves, and a lot of these images are repetitive, and there's a lot of wallpaper pages in here too. But this is a color along I did from Chris Chang. I really like how this turned out. It also helped me to learn color combos as well. That's one of my favorite things about doing coloring tutorials or color alongs is finding new color combinations that I wouldn't normally think of. But yeah, like these 2 pages I'm not very keen of. That one I probably will never color. Same with that one. Yeah, I just kind of have to be in a mood to want to color leaves. Yeah, there's this one. And then this one is a color along that I couldn't finish because I didn't have the 150 set of Prismacolors, but I do now. But I've started redoing this one in my second copy. So yeah, I don't know if I said this, but this is also a Chris Chang color along. But yeah, there's Magical Jungle, and my second copy I have no finished pages in. Oh, I started this page. I really like how the hummingbirds turned out. I don't know why I stopped. But yeah, I started doing this page again. Next is Rooms of Wonder at number 6. I do like this book. I just am not really into like interior coloring so much anymore. Like here I started these with Castle Arts after I had just gotten them, and I love this page, but I just can't see myself coloring all of this. I think it would just take way too long, and if I stopped, I would probably never come back to it. I don't think I have any completed. Oh wait, I do. This is the first completed page. I used mark art pencils. This was the first completed page I did with the mark art pencils. I like it. I don't know why I did a blue like outlining. But other than that, it's an okay page. And also, I'm not the biggest fan of coloring food. But yeah, I've seen like this page, I've seen done so many ways that it's intimidating now because I just feel like I'd have to do something just as good, which I don't know if technically I'm there yet. But yeah, that's one of my other favorite pages from this book. I do have some whips started, like here. I was also using mark art pencils here. I'm not sure why I stopped. I could probably come back, maybe fix and finish this. Yeah. Oh, the this is also one of my favorite pages, and I've seen it done in so many incredible ways that now it kind of scares me, because I want to live up to the other artists who have done incredible works with this page. And I just don't feel like I am there technically. Oh, and then I started this page, and I've just kind of been coming back to it here and there, but I've done everything here with Castle Art pencils. It's okay. I think that one is my favorite so far, but yeah, that's it for Rooms of Wonder. Then at number 5, we have World of Flowers. I do like this book. I just find that I have a hard time coloring in it. I don't like the paper, but I do really like the illustrations. These two I did with marker pencils. I want to come back and finish this. This one I forgot to write down the pencils that I used, and so that might just be a forever whip now, but I might come and finish the other ones. And then I did this page as a group. I'm part of a Johana group on Facebook, and we did a full book buddy color, and this was my page that I did, and I do not like it. Well, I like the foreground. I hate the background. I had based everything with ink tints, except for the background. I did that with super colors, and the paper started to fall apart and started to pill. So I didn't get to blend out the colors as I wanted to. So yeah, I'm just not a big fan of it. And at that point, I just kind of gave up basically and didn't finish shading on the rest of the page because I was just kind of upset. And then I had to go over with grabby paint pens here at the bottom because I could not blend the super colors. The paper just was not holding up. You can really see it here where the paper is just giving out. So yeah, that's my least favorite page that I've done. But it is a completed page. Oh, and it also, water mediums do not work so well in this book. As you can see, everything bled through, especially the ink tints. So yeah, this book limits me on what mediums I can use. And because I was in charge of the full book color along, I have sticky notes from which pages people wanted to do that I haven't taken out yet. But this page I did with Castle Arts when I first got them. I think it's okay. It definitely needs a background, but I'm just not keen on going back and doing a background because I don't know what I would do. I like my purple flowers the most. But yeah, there's that page. And it did kind of, the pigments kind of come off on this page. This is probably my favorite page in this book. I've seen this done a few different ways, and I would love to be able to do this, but I would want to use water mediums. So I'm just not sure of what I would do. I mean, I guess I could sacrifice that page. It's very limited, but yeah, this is probably my favorite page in the book. And then I have this page. These are color alongs by Chris Chang that I did. And I took some distress ink for the background. I'm not sure if I like the distress ink in the background. It's okay. But yeah, it is a finished page. And I really, this one is my favorite. I really like how this one turned out. And then this page I started with some water-based markers. And I'm not really a fan of the yellow. So I'm probably not going to come back to this page. Or I might, I'm not sure. And then here I have a couple of things done on this page. This is also probably one of my favorite pages in the book, my favorite double page spread. But yeah, I did everything with castle arts. I really like how my lantern turned out. But yeah, there's just so much stuff. And it's all kind of teeny tiny. And I think that's one of the reasons why I have a hard time with Johana Basford pages, is a lot of the stuff can be really teeny tiny. But that is World of Flowers. Next, at number, what are we at? Number 4, Small Victories. I wasn't originally going to buy this, but I did anyways, because I had seen so many beautiful pages by other colorists that I wanted to give it a try. But I mostly use this book for just playing around. I don't really have very many finished pages in this, but I have lots of little whips of things of just me playing around with materials. Like here, these two were my very first time using Neocolors. So I just wanted to play around with them and put some color on some paper. So I grabbed this book, and yeah, it's okay. It's cute. I do like how I do like the images are small and cute, but they can be really fiddly. This page I did with all mark art pencils. It's okay. I kind of like the color palette. I like the blues that I chose. And the hot air balloon, I like that one a lot too. But yeah, I like to come in and play with my pencils. This one I did with with castle art pencils. And I didn't really like the way they were blending on the paper, so I kind of stopped. But overall, I have a hard time with architecture. I find it really hard to choose colors for the buildings. But yeah, I've just kind of played around in this book. In this one, I tested out all of my pencils to see which ones I like the best. And Prismacolors were the winner, if you couldn't guess. But yeah, I like coming in here, and when I only have a few minutes or I'm feeling just really stressed, I like coming and just putting some color down on paper without there being without there being pressure to complete the whole page. This page I also did nothing but mark art pencils. I really like how this turned out. I like the shading that I did here at the bottom, on the bottom too. Also this one, I like that one too. This one was probably my least favorite. But yeah. And this one, I started with castle art pencils, but then I didn't have the colors that I wanted, so I switched to using polychromos. And this one, I don't know why I haven't come back to finish it. It's basically done. It just needs a background. I don't necessarily know what background to do. In here I used Posca pencils, and I tried doing a bokeh effect, and I think I did too many bokeh spots, but I have this little sticky note so it won't rub off on the next page, because they tend to do that. But yeah, lots of whips in this book, but not a lot of finished pages. I really like this page, and I wish I could do it over, because I've seen this page done with a pink teapot, and obviously that's what I wanted to go with, that I really liked, but I'm just not a big fan of how this one turned out, so it just kind of stops me from wanting to go back and finish it. This one I did just with Prismacolors, just 'cause I wanted to put some pencil on paper and just play around. This one I've started and saw how much was going to be needed and kind of stopped. I'll probably come back to this one in July. These ones I'm not necessarily a fan of, and I don't really know how I would color this one, so that's kind of prevented me from coming back and doing this one. This one I did with Staedtler Design Journey pencils. They were okay. I didn't really like how they blended on the paper. And this one I tried doing a cellophane like quality, so I used clear jelly roll glaze to give it that cellophane look. I think it turned out okay, but could have been done a little bit better. This is probably one of my favorite pages of the book, and so is this last page. These two are my favorite pages of the book. And I've seen this page done a bunch of different ways. I'm just kind of intimidated to do it. Yeah, this one I tried doing some food, but it's not really for me. I do like how this page turned out. I like how they're all cohesive yet different at the same time. I really like how these little guys turned out. In this mandala I started, and I'm not really a big fan of mandalas, so I quit and haven't come back to it. Maybe I will this fall. This I was just playing around with color combinations, didn't really care for them. But yeah. This one I really like. This one I used Inktense pencils and was just kind of playing around with doing a background. And these other two, again, I was just kind of playing around with them. This one I also did with Inktense pencils and only Inktense pencils. I was kind of testing them out to see if they would bleed through, which luckily they did not. Oh yeah, and I did this page. This one is done with all polychromos pencils to try and help me just kind of learn how to blend with oil-based pencils a little bit better. Yeah, I like how this one's turning out so far. So the dragonfly is by far my favorite. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but yeah. And then I have this page. I really like the two butterflies. The two mushrooms are not my favorite. This is my least favorite. And then these ones are okay down here. But yeah, this one is by far my favorite. I really like how this turned out. I don't remember where I got the color combinations for this one. I think it was Pinterest. I had seen someone do this moth, this color, and then also like a neon looking mushrooms, and that's what I was trying to go for here, but it didn't turn out how I wanted it to. So yeah, wish I could do that page over again. But yeah, there's small victories. Then I have Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. I have not touched this book at all. This is a completely blank book. I really like the illustrations. I just am kind of intimidated on coloring it. I'm not sure why, but I would really love to be able to give this to my kiddos once it's finished. I just know it would take forever for me to finish it. But yeah, I really like this double page spread. There's just so much to it that it just kind of intimidates me. And these cute little fairies. But yeah, I love the idea that this is a storybook and a coloring book at the same time. I like this magpie page too, but again, there's just so many fiddly bits to it that it holds me back. Maybe if the little things were a little bit bigger so I could blend a little bit easier, but they're just so small and fiddly. This is probably one of my favorite pages in the book, is this magpie page. It's probably the one I'll do first when I get to it. But yeah, I like this book. I just am, like I said, I'm kind of intimidated. Like, I've seen this page done beautifully so many different times that it's just kind of intimidating. Even this page. I'm also very scared of ruining the pages with any type of water medium. I know it should be fine, and I think there's a test page in the back, but yeah, I'm just worried that if I use water mediums in this and it bleeds through, then that just ruins the book basically. But yeah, that's Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. And coming in at number 2 is Worlds of Wonder. I have a lot of whips in here and very few completed pages. This one I did with marker pencils. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of it. I didn't shade very well. And I was trying to go for like colorful smoke here and lost my white gel pen, so I couldn't white out the lines, which I could go back and do now, but I just, yeah, just kind of done with the page. And I love this page. I think this is a really cool page. I've seen this done a couple of times, and I really liked it. There's just so much going on. Yeah, there's just so much going on that it kind of intimidates me. This is one of my favorite pages or double page spreads in the book. I really like this one, and I've seen this done beautifully. I saw someone do a day and night version of this double page spread, and I loved it so much that I kind of want to do that, but I just don't know if I have enough skill to do it. Here I did a little turtle. I tried doing a galaxy like watercolor for the stamp part, but it didn't come out like I had hoped. But I was also just using my kids' watercolors, so the pigment wasn't there. But I do like the turtle shell a lot. I like the galaxy-esque turtle shell. And then this is a color along that I did recently from Merit's. Ooh, I'll put her channel here. I can't remember the name of it, but this was done all with polychromos, and I did this after I completed my polychromos set to just play around with them. I really like how this flower turned out and these flowers, and the buildings. Like I said, I have a hard time picking out colors for buildings for some reason. There's just like a block there. But yeah, I really like how this page turned out. I think I did a pretty good job recreating what she did. And then here I did just a little cupcake. Wasn't a big fan of coloring food, so I stopped there. Ooh, this moth page. This moth page is also one of my favorite pages of the book. I don't know what I would do for the background, and that's what stopped me from coloring this page. Yeah, but I really like it. I think it's beautiful. And then this page I did as a group color along in one of my Johana Basford Facebook groups. I kind of did these all at different intervals and then finished the last two to be part of the group color along, but I like how the hot air balloon turned out and the little jar of stars. But yeah, I think I used a bunch of different colored pencils. I'm not sure. I think I used a different set of pencils for each row, but I don't remember what the pencils were. And then we have this page. This is another one of my favorite pages that I've seen done so many times that it just intimidates me. I don't know why it does, but I really like this page and just don't want to be let down if I can't do what I see in my head. And then this page I started using soft pastels in the background, but it wasn't blending out like I had hoped. The paper just wasn't holding up to it, but I like it so far. And I haven't come back to it because I forgot what I was going to do for the bottom half. I know I was going to have it be like a kind of sunsetty type vibe up here and then something different down here, but I don't remember what I wanted to do with it, so I just haven't come back to it. But yeah, it's okay so far. I really like this page too. I don't really know what color I would pick for the house, and that's kind of what stopped me so far from coloring this page. Maybe I'll try and do that in July. But yeah, this is also one of my favorite pages in this book. And this one I did with Castle Art and Polychromos. I started this when I only had like 4 open stock Polychromos. So now that I have the full set, I can come back and finish this with all Polychromos, but I'm just not a big fan of these wallpaper pages. But at least this one is more doable than others. Yeah, I really like the little flowers too, like how that's turned out so far. This is also one of my favorite double page spreads, but again, there's just so much that it kind of stops me from wanting to do it. I think it would take forever, and I don't want to get bored with it and stop. This one I did with mark art pencils and some metallic watercolor. It turned out okay, and then this one I also did with mark art pencils, but I forgot what colors I was using, so I haven't come back to finish it. But yeah, this is another one of my favorite pages. I have seen this done I've only seen this page done a few times actually. And I'm not sure why this is such a beautiful page. Same with this peacock page. I really like this peacock page, but it's so busy, it just kind of frightens me, I guess. I don't really know where I would start, but yeah, that's one of the other pages I would love to be able to do. And then this double page spread, I started with mark art pencils and just haven't come back to finish it. I do like how it's turned out so far. I really like this pink whale. I think it's so cute. But yeah. And I think that's it for Worlds of Wonder at number 2. And lastly, at number 1 is Magical Worlds. I think this is probably my the best coloring book she's come out with so far, in my own opinion. So don't come for me, please, in the comments. And I have done a few pages in here, but I really like the artwork. Like, this is beautiful. I could see myself coloring this, even though it's busy. This whale, I saw Erica from Elm Colors do this and thought it was beautiful. And it's kind of made me want to color it, which I normally wouldn't pick. But yeah, it was done so well. This is one of my favorite pages. As you can see, I have it bookmarked. I don't know what I want to do with the background, but I want it to be super colorful. I've seen a bunch of people do like really beautiful watercolory backgrounds for this page, and that's something I would like to recreate. But I don't have any watercolors right now, so that's being put to the side for now, but I definitely want to color this. This is another one of my favorite pages. It's so simple, yet so striking. The gem kind of intimidates me a little bit, but I think it's still manageable. Yeah, and I love the bird, which I don't really gravitate towards coloring birds. This is another one of my favorite pages in this book, which is surprising because I try not to go for architecture or buildings, but I really like this page. This one I started with Castle Arts, and I'm not really liking how they're performing on the page, so I just haven't been motivated to come back and finish this. But yeah, it's okay. I also really like this page. I don't necessarily like these little things, but this part I really like. This book is definitely very architecture heavy. Oh, there's another. This is another page that I've seen done so many times and just think it's beautiful. I would really like to come and color this one. This page I just finished a couple days ago. I really like how the leaves and tree turned out, and I like the owl too. I used Neocolored 2 for the background and Prismacolor for, oh no, I'm sorry, Polychromos for everything else. Yeah, I really like my owl. I think the blending's really good. As you can probably guess, not a big fan of the background, but I think I did okay. Yeah, this page I'm not so much a fan of. This page I think I will do for Halloween, because I know Johana said that this is probably the most Halloween-y thing that she would include in one of her books, and I think it's so cute. So I'm probably going to save this page for Halloween. Page I did with Albrecht Dürer and Prismacolor pencils, and I really like how this one turned out. I really like the pink background that I did with everything, and I also like the color combos. I think they sit really well together. And then I used Winsor Newton gold ink for the filigree. But yeah, I really like this page. This page I started and I got bored with it, so I haven't come back to it. I've used Prismacolor pencils for everything. I really like this little guy here. I think that's turned out really well. The fish is okay. And I don't really know how I want to color these guys up here, so that's kind of been the reason why I stopped. I'm also not sure how to color the pot or what colors to pick for it, so yeah, that one's gonna be a whip for a little while. This one I did with Prismacolor pencils, Grabby paint marker, and Pentel Sparkle Pop. I had to do the paint marker background because I accidentally spilled some water on this page and it made the outline, it made, I was using Neocolored 2s and it melted the Neocolored 2s together when I spilled the water, and it just looked like a muddy mess. So yeah, I had to go in with some paint marker and cover that up, which made me really sad. But yeah, there's that. I really like this page too. I don't really know how I would do the background. I know I want to do obviously a night sky for it, but yeah, the background is what stops me a lot of times. And this moth page is one of my favorite pages of the book. I love how intricate and detailed it is, but that's also what prevents me from doing it. I just don't want to mess it up. And this one is a color along by the lovely Karen at My Colorful Country Life. There's just so much to do, and it's so repetitive that I got bored with it, so it's going to be a whip for a little while. But yeah, I like how it's turned out so far. And this page I've done with Polychromos, just kind of playing around with color combos. And this is another one of my favorite pages of the book. I like how it's simple, but there's enough detail to it that it makes it interesting. And yeah. And this one I did with Polychromos. I'm not necessarily a fan of how it turned out, but I don't think it's bad. There's a learning curve with Polychromos that I am discovering that I have. So I'm trying to pick them up whenever I can, but I think it turned out okay. And then I did the nameplate page with Polychromos also, and I don't like the background. I also did that with Polychromos, and you can see all of the strokes that I did. But other than that, it came out okay. I also want to color this part of the page because I think these three moths are just gorgeous. But yeah, that is my favorite pages and completed pages in Magical Worlds. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments what type of video you'd like to see next. If you'd like to see a color along, or maybe I was thinking of doing a Lulu Mayo collection video. So let me know in the comments what you'd like to see from me. Again, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!